Athena. How are you?
Okay, I'm wonderful. I've just got this sign. There we go. I've just got to continue. I'm absolutely thrilled to be having this meeting with you. It's such a long time since we spoke, well, kind of live together like this. You know, we've been on the phone, but I didn't see you since 2014. Yeah,
Yes,
when I
yes,
came over
yeah,
to get my citizenship. Yeah, that you reminded
yes.
me.
Yeah, 2014, today, even before we trained together, which is like 2000 and what, 10, 11?
2010, 11, 2010, we started, yeah, in
You look,
November 2010.
yeah, you look today, 2014, 2010, even better today. Exactly. I'm not making up. Like you look amazing, like
Thank you.
fantastic, well maintained. Like
Thank you
I
so much.
respect like how
Okay.
you maintain your body
Thank
and
you so much.
energy. Yeah, thanks for
Okay.
coming to my show.
Oh, I am so thrilled. Well, you know, I'm going to be 70 in August. So I'm in my 70th year. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. That's what I was going to say. You are like the best, amazing, healthy 70 I personally know, like in
Thank
the
you.
world. Like,
Thank
you
you.
can see from YouTube, but personally I'm so honored and happy to know you.
Oh,
Like
bless you.
amazing, amazing 70s. But age is a number as I'm getting
Yes.
older.
Yes, well, you always did used to tell me that, and I was remembering lots of the things that you were telling me when we trained together. But I wanted to explain just a little bit to you and to your viewers. When you knew me, my name was different, and
Yeah,
my name changed over a period of time,
yes.
because when you knew me, if you remember, I was training with you very, very hard and very, very intensively, but also I was training, I was doing another training at the same time. I was going to school as well as a full-time job in Canada, yeah? And so
Yeah.
I was doing a lot. So that training was that I did with you complemented what I was doing on the spiritual part of my life, which was, I was going to what we called in those days healing school, and I was really doing a lot of inner work. But when that finished, that coincided with my training with you finishing. And when that finished, I moved back to England in order to do further training in the psychosocial and integrative health. And I did a master's degree in Austria. So that's why I left Canada to do more inner work. And the change of name came about. Really, it's only a spiritual name. It's my spiritual name. Many different philosophies have this, where when you have an inner change, you also sometimes receive a new name, and you receive that from your higher being, if you like. So this is just to be honest, Sangil, it's all meaningless because names are just names. And really, I don't identify with any of it anymore. But it was just a part of my spiritual journey. And it kind of, Athena really, she was the goddess of, she was the goddess, she was a warrior, but she was also a very wise goddess. She brought wisdom. And so I like to think that, I can embody those things now. But really, names are unimportant. It's who you are. It's what you are. It's who you be that is the most important thing. And if there's anything I want to share with you and your audience, is really that journey of how to know who you truly are, and be it. And when you are that in the world, you bring joy and peace and goodness and love into the world. And that's what really I'm about now, you know? And
Yeah,
I
I
really hope.
changed my name too. I used to call myself Sangil or Sangil-jo. Well,
Yeah.
actually, that's my name. Now I just simply call myself just Joe, right?
Yeah. Well, I call you, well, I knew you were Sanya. I knew you was Trainer Joe. I can remember when you used to say to me, you don't call me Sanya, you call me Trainer Joe. Do you
I
remember?
was a little kid at the time. I'm still kids, but I was even more little kids at the time.
Oh, no.
I really appreciate you, like respect me, and then you complete my training, even though
Yeah.
I was a little kid, right? Like at the time, I was like, "This is it. You need to do it this way, that way, that way."
Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, like at the time, what was your weight? Like 117, 112?
Oh, it was 160. When I came to you, I was 167. I was very overweight. I was carrying a lot of fat. And what I've learned since those days is just that it's not only fat that I was carrying, but I was also carrying inner energy that needed to shift, and physical training is part of that, is a big part of that, because we all carry all sorts of stuff that we're unaware of. We're conditioned to, in ways that we believe, the way that we think, the way we react emotionally, all of that, the emotions, the thoughts, the conditioning that we have as a child, school, religion, our race, all of it is part of what makes us who we are. And not all of it's true. A lot of it is, how we think about ourselves particularly is not always the truth of who we truly are. And so I realized that carrying that weight, what happens is we externalize what is going on internally for us as well, and carrying weight can often be about emotional discomfort.
Yeah.
And the way we view the way we view ourselves. And I remember, I was just thinking today, just before I came on, you used to say, every single time I came in for a training session, you would say to me before we began, what are you grateful for today? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That stuck with me. Because that is so important even now, to find, what is it you're grateful? Okay, you've got all this stuff going on in your life. Okay, the world's going to pot. The world's crazy things are happening, but what are you grateful for? And that's part of my routine now. I start with what I'm grateful for. And that brings me into a beautiful energy to start to do anything. So whether it's my training, whether it's my weight training, whether it's my meditation, whether it's my yoga, how our energy and how our thoughts are, because our energy only follows what our thought is. So how we think is the most important thing we can do. How that is the most important thing in our life, really. Because if we can manage that, and we can manage how we react emotionally to things, if we can manage those two things, that's managing our energy, then that helps us lose it helps us be committed and focused to any kind of training that we want to do, whether it's physical training, mental training, whatever we want to do. But very much the physical, physical is only one part of our being. But and it's all connected. It's connected to how we think, how we feel, how our physical body. You know this. I don't need to preach to you.
Now I know now a little bit, but before I didn't know. But I remember before you like end of your journey, right? You're 117, 113, right? End of your
Yeah,
journey.
I started at 167, and I think I got down to the final one was about 113.
Yeah, I have your before and after video.
Yeah.
Your whole journey video. I have you. I'm gonna link here, show note below, and then I want to just like tell my follower you did 135 pounds deadlift with 113 pounds. No joke. Like
Yeah.
bench press, like push-ups, hanging leg raises, like dumbbell lunges, like crazy. You didn't train like, what was your age at the time? Chronological age. What was your age?
A chronological age when in 2010 would have been
17 minus what? Which it's like a
60,
10. So close to 60, right?
59, 60.
Yeah, 59, 60, but you train like 20. And final result, you got body like 20 years age. That like amazing, fantastic job. Now I know how hard was you to actually train it, like that point. Like I'm not sure when I become 60 and then I lifting, heavier than your body weight deadlift.
Yeah.
That's incredible, amazing. And then now what is your morning routine and practice first 2 hours of waking up? What's your routine now?
Yeah,
What's your
that's
secret?
good.
Yeah.
So first is gratitude. I try to remember gratitude every time I wake up. I'm grateful to live, to be alive. I then I go down to the gym. I have a gym where I'm living at the moment. I have an apartment in Canada, in Vancouver Island. So I go down to the gym and I'll do some cardio. Then I come back up to my apartment and I have a bench, my own bench that I bought some years ago. And I've started I'd stopped doing my weight training for a little while, but I've started again. I just felt like I wanted to start again. So I'll do like maybe 50 minutes cardio, and then I do 45 minutes weight training on my bench. Then I'll do some yoga. It's special yoga though. It's not the yoga I used to do. This yoga is because I went to India to learn how to do the real thing, what I call the real yoga, that happened in between last time I saw you and now. So I went to India to really learn the 3 stages of yoga, the physical yoga, the pranayama, which is the breath, and the kriya, which is the inner energy. Yeah. And then I do meditation. I meditate for 1 hour every day. And to do all of that means I've got to get up quite early, which is no problem for me, because what's happened, what I've found has happened is that I don't really need that much sleep now, because my energy is so high. I'm kind of on most of the time. I don't go to bed until about 2 o'clock, and then I get up about 6 o'clock to start all my practice. And my energy is really amazing, absolutely amazing. So I'm not lifting. I don't do 135-pound deadlift anymore.
I don't really think 400 pounds anymore too.
But it's really just more to just keep toned and to keep the muscles, because really I do the weight training so I can do my yoga better. That's really what happens. If I do, if I keep my body in shape, I can do the really important pieces much better and much more effectively, and I have much more energy. So that's the way it goes. I mean, I don't, like I say, I don't need to sleep that much. I eat a little bit differently now. I don't eat as much as I used to, and when I was hardly.
Me too. I used to eat a lot. Now I eat very little too.
Yeah.
How's your nutrition? Like, what do you eat, and how many times a day you eat?
Okay, so I eat. I actually don't eat anything until I've finished my entire practice, and then I'll eat at lunchtime. And I usually make the following, which I love. I mix kale and broccoli and spinach with apple, banana, and so other fruits, whatever fruits are that I've got available, and I put them all in a NutriBullet, mix them all together, and make a porridge of vegetable and fruit. And that's my first nutrition of the day, and that's beautiful for me because it's very light, it's very easy to eat, it's very high energy. I still then I'll maybe do some work during. I might have a break, snack, maybe some crisp bread with or Ezekiel bread. I love the Ezekiel bread still.
Me too. I love Ezekiel bread.
Yeah, it's good.
Do I introduce you, or you already know? I used to eat Ezekiel bread a lot.
Yeah, I think I used to eat it when I was training with you. I do enjoy it still. And I might have that with an egg or something, as a snack.
Yeah, if I eat the bread, that's one of my favorite bread, or the most amazing bread I will go to.
Yeah.
It's high in protein, nice fiber.
Yeah, and it's live. It's sprouted. So it's alive. What I try to take in now into my physical body is only like fresh and living food. I don't have anything processed. I don't have any wine or anything, and no wine or beer or anything. I drink herbal teas. I drink lots of water still. I still think the nicest water on the planet is the Fiji water. I always used to come with a bottle, and I still
I didn't know what was that, but now I know that's really amazing water.
It's still lovely water. When I can get it, that is. What else am I doing? I'm trying to think what is my, and then in the evening, I don't usually eat until quite late, which it just suits my body clock, because I've been traveling and I'm in different time zones. So I eat quite late, but I'm having like steamed vegetables. I love, if I'm going to have anything cooked, I always steam it. Just very lightly. I'll just maybe some broccoli, cauli, kale. I'm vegan now, so I don't eat meat. I eat lots of pulses, tofu. I make myself some stir fries, Chinese fries, and what's the other, Thai food, so I make those, but I'm using vegetables, and I'm using tofu mainly, chickpeas, lentils, and that's fine for me, and I love my food still. I still enjoy everything I eat, but I've just gotten into, and of course when I went to India also, that my eating changed through that as well. Through the yoga, that definitely changed something of my pattern. But it's all just a joy. It's all just very joyful, and it's amazing how you can live without all the stuff that the media says that we should be having, like, you know, soft drinks and sugar-filled drinks and all of the stuff that's being pushed at us. You can live really healthily and have lots of energy and still enjoy your food and still enjoy what you drink and have a good time without the rest of it, you know?
I totally agree. Yeah, I used to eat 6 meals. Now I eat 1 meal a day or 2 meals. I do intermittent fasting too. So yeah, like I thought like if you eat one a day, twice a day, you're gonna lose muscle crazy and then it's not good for you. But actually you eat less, you better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because, and this can, well, we'll perhaps go into it in more detail in a bit later in the show, but this is because everything is built upon our energy system, and how we, you know, how we manage our food within our body. We can also control that by our mind. You know, we are the creators of our of how we are. It's not happening to us, it's happening within us, and we can control every aspect of what happens within our own physical body when we know how, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you mentioned that you sleep like 4 hours.
Yeah.
So what's your sleep protocol? When do you go to bed? And then when do you wake up? How to prepare your sleep? And then what does your bedroom look like, temperature? So what's your sleep secret also with your 4 hour sleep and that you're still functioning well?
Yeah. So I probably go to bed around 2 o'clock every night. My room is very well aired. I always have, I usually have a window open. I don't have aircon on. I will have a window to let some fresh air in. I'm fortunate that I live in a place where the air is fresh and beautiful. So I like that to come in through the window. I don't have any electrical items in the room at all, except my hairdryer. But, you know, I don't have any TV or radio or anything in the room. It's just a very peaceful, comfortable room. For me, my bed is you know, my bed is really special. It's been backwards and forwards across the Atlantic several times because I've lived in so many different places and had so many different kind of crappy beds. The bed that I have now is very comfortable, and so it's important for my sleep and my well-being, so I bring it with me wherever I go.
Yeah, you know, like like for me, like average people sleep 8 hours a night, and then 30% of our life is we spend time on the bed, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I invest really good bed. Yeah, so my home bed very important. I think we should really invest nice mattress for our
I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, because then you're going to get the best and deepest sleep, and however much sleep you need, that varies between people. But it's good that it's good quality, you know, when you take it. For me, I usually wake up about 6. So I go to bed at 2. This really started because of my yoga training. You know, when I was in India, they would get us up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I would go to bed earlier, but wake up very early. And you know, you're doing practice from very early on. This is part of the training, the yogic training. So I just kind of got kept in that habit. I don't get up at 4, I get up at 6, but 6 is early enough to start all my training protocols. And then I've still got plenty of time to do any other work that I do. Because I sleep later, my day goes, you know, from almost my work day goes midday to 8 o'clock. So it's just a different timetable to most people, but it suits me.
So how many hours did you sleep like 2011, and then how many hours did you sleep at that time?
What was I doing then? Probably a bit more than a little bit more. I would probably go to bed around midnight, and yeah, be up at 6. Yeah.
I sleep like 8 hours.
Yeah. Still?
Yeah. No, I used to sleep 4 hours. Now I at the time I sleep around 4 or 5 hours at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like drink 7 cups of coffee. I was so tired, but now I sleep. I sleep 7.5 to 8 hours a night, and then I take 20 minutes to like 40 minutes nap every day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love my sleep. I love my
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
I think I'm still growing up. I need more sleep.
Well, I think so. Yeah. I was going to say that I'm a little bit older than you. And they do say, as you get older, you need less sleep anyway. And definitely because of some of the practices that I do, I don't need to sleep as much as the average person. So, I don't think you can say you must do this or you must do that. Everybody is different. And we need to
You know what? Like, yeah. So I've been practicing yoga and meditation regularly, not like used to. So since like 2 years, yes, 2 years I've been practice yoga and meditation regularly. So I can really cut down my sleep right now. So amazing. I used to before 2018, 17, I used to training a lot. Until 2018, I was like 180 and 190, 185 pounds. Right now, I'm 165, 170 pounds right now. So I less training less. And then I used to training more and more. I used to needed a lot more sleep. I was so tired all the time. And now I need a less sleep because of I think my yoga and meditation, and cut it back my weight training.
Yeah. I mean, you used to weight train really hard, and me too. I don't do so much like I used to. I mean, I was when I was with you, I was very intense. I'm very, very focused, and because I was
focused, amazing body, amazing job. So if you can only do 10 minutes a day, rest of your life, what kind of a movement or exercise would you do?
Well, I've got to say, I would do the yoga. I would do my yoga if I can do 10 minutes. I would do my yoga and just bring in the breath work and the meditation. This for me, if that's all I could do, that would be the most important. But I can do that now because I train my body so well before, and I've kept it in shape. And really, all of that training that I've done before has allowed me to do that, would allow me to do that now, even at my age, I mean, I don't have an ache or a pain.
Yeah, amazing. I remember, like, 2011, you did shoulder press really nicely. You did a really nice all movement without any problem. You never complain. I had a pain here, I had a pain there. You never complain. Amazing. Like I do now more yoga, more meditation. My body right now healthier than 10 years ago, even 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel so happy right now because a lot less pain. I used to I want to be strong, big, muscular, lifting heavy.
You still are, but you still are muscular and strong, but.
Correct. Well, right now, look, I'm a 5'9.5" right now, 167, 165. Yeah. But I used to carry around like 185, 190, or my heaviest one was 205 pounds. Like that's a lot, my frame.
Yeah.
I'm not genetically like huge guy.
Yeah.
I was so like a lot of ego lifting, ego muscle, right? Ego eating, because I wasn't so like growing up enough and confidence enough inside. So I needed to have that muscle.
Yeah.
Now I'm more secure. Pardon me?
But this goes back to what I was just saying at the beginning, that how we think and how we view ourselves really governs everything about what we do and how we look and you know, how we perform. And a lot of it isn't necessary, because you're saying you're healthier now than you were then, and you train less, but you still train. I do
Absolutely.
too.
I love it. I love it. I
do.
love it. I love
Yeah,
it. I love everything. I love weight training. I love yoga. I love Taekwondo. I love meditation. I love cycling. Like, you know, that's my blood. Like
yeah.
exercise is in my blood. So in your knowledge and experience, what is the most important things for our quality and longevity of our life?
Well, I do believe that, like I started to say at the beginning, that mastery of the mind and our emotions is really the key to, and mastery of what I call our inner energy, is really the key to a wonderful life. We're not put on this planet, believe it or not, we are not put on the planet to suffer. I do not believe that. I used to think we were, but I have shifted. I know that that is not why we're here. We're not here to be in pain or to suffer. We are here to be the living expression of the life force, which some people call, I don't want to get into religion in any way here now, but some people call this God, some people call this source, there are many different terms that you can use for the same thing, but it's basically the evolution, what I call the evolutionary impulse of life, that is for the good of all beings, of all human beings, of all life, of all sentient life, of all the creatures on the planet, all the plants, all the animals. Everything is part of the source that we all are, and we're here to live exuberant, wonderful lives doing what we love to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're right.
This is my knowing. This is the revelations that have happened to me. Not happened, they have been part and parcel of my journey as I've expanded my own mind, expanded my own consciousness, as I have taken what I call, it's about taking accountability back and saying that life doesn't happen to me. I create my life as I wish it to be. This is who we model ourselves on the creator that created us, that wants for us beautiful, for all of us, not just some of us, not just people who think they're controlling the world, but for all people, all of us are here to experience life at its fullest and best. And to do that, we have to cut through all the crap, excuse me.
Yeah,
all the stuff that we think we know, and realize that when we follow, we can follow the higher part of ourself that truly knows. And this is the God part of ourself, if you want to say, or the source part of ourself, what I call the higher self, or so many different names for it. People call it so many different things. So I don't want to hang one hook, but I just want people to know that I truly experience this now. I experience myself as being one with all of life, with you, with everyone that has ever come into my good, bad, indifferent, whomever. I don't judge any longer. There's no more judgment, because we're here to be the most brilliant and beautiful expressions of God on the planet. That's what we're here to do. That's what I know, and that's what I do.
Amazing, amazing. So if you can say 20 years old yourself, what kind of advice would you give yourself?
Oh, I've got, well, I saw some of your questions already. So I wrote, be grateful. Be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful for life. It's precious. Don't destroy it. Don't kill. Don't maim. Don't harm anything or anyone, and particularly yourself. Be kind. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to everyone else. Be generous. Be giving. Be just the best that you can offer another person. And of course, most of all, be love. And when I say love, I'm not talking about romantic, that the kind of love that we think of as romantic love. I mean the deep, deep love that all human beings carry within themselves, and all know and can reach this place within themselves when they get rid of all the stuff that says I'm not good enough, I'm not I'm frightened, I'm scared, I'm fearful of being here, I'm fearful of this person or that person, or I'm frightened I won't have enough money, or I won't be able to live. There is no need. There is a benevolent universe that is holding every single one of us. And when you can tap into that and know that and experience it and trust it, then you're just like the lilies of the field. You just exist in beauty and love. And this is not woo-woo. This is reality. This is the true reality. This is what I know. I can only share what my knowing is, what my experience is. And I want, if I can help another being experience what I do, then my life is fulfilled. This is what I'm about now.
Good. Thank you. So what is your expectation for your longevity? For me, like 90 to 128. Also, what do you think about yourself?
Oh gosh, I've always known that I will live way past 100. So I have, I'm 70 now, or 70 in August. So I got another 30 years to get to 100. But I feel I'll go past that. If it's necessary, it depends. But I think there's nothing that can, as far as I'm concerned, I just get more and more energy as I get older. I don't get less, I get more and more.
Yeah, I see you have more energy.
So why should I limit it? The only limitation is the one I put on myself. So if I say to you in answer to your question, oh, well, Sangil, I think it'll only be, I've only got another 10 years, then that's what will happen. But I don't believe that. I believe I can live as long as I want to.
Yeah, of course. It's a beautiful world.
Yeah. And we can make it a beautiful world. We can make it a more beautiful world. That's why I'm sticking around, because my job now is to I didn't know this when I was doing my business work, but now I know that my job here is to help to build a new and better world than we currently have.
So what's your business like shift before and now? So what did you do before and now? So
okay, yeah. So this is a really big one. You know, so I was a businesswoman, and I worked in a variety of different businesses. I worked in for other people, small businesses, large businesses, corporations. This is part of my history. I also worked for myself for 15 years before I started this change, this transformation, not only the physical transformation, but also the inner transformation. So I used to work very, very hard. I used to think that the only way that I could live was to work, I don't know, 20 hours a day, and work hard, and focus, and earn that, you know, and I had to work hard in order to earn the money that I needed to look after myself and my family and all the rest of it. That was the old paradigm, what I call the old paradigm. And I was very competitive, and very, you know, high achiever, always wanting to achieve always wanting to be the best. I will say one thing that I always had was that I always cared very much about the people that worked with me and for me. A lot of my positions were being a leader of some kind of either a department or a company or whatever, but it doesn't really matter, you know. But I always did care about the people, about my co-workers and the people that worked for me. The shift for me that has occurred now is the realization that that way of doing things is what I call the old hierarchical way, where you have a boss or a company owner, and a whole bunch of people beneath that person, you know, working 3 times as hard as even they do to manage to keep a business going. The shift for me has been the realization that now we need to work in what I call a synarchical way, not a hierarchical way. So synarchy means that, or a synarchical leadership means that we come together as a group where no one person is in charge, but where there is shared leadership, where everybody takes accountability for their own gift to the whole. It's a shift. It's a big shift, and I believe it's the biggest shift that this world needs to make in order to change its trajectory, because the trajectory that this world is on currently is doomed. And if it doesn't change, we can see much is crumbling and changing around us, even though we may not be fully aware of it. But there's a lot going on that is not that is not working. And this is the old hierarchical way of being and doing business. This now we have to start to look at self-organizing. So groups that coming together in group form where we all recognize that we have a special gift for the whole. Your gifts are different to my gifts. And say there were, you know, half a dozen of us coming together to create a business. Each one has an individual gift that is necessary to make the whole successful. It doesn't mean they're less than or greater than. There's no less than or greater than. It's a synarchy. It's what we call a self-organization. It's the way nature works. When we follow how nature organizes, it works beautifully. Look at it. And it creates beauty, and it creates abundance, and it creates, you know, joy and abundance, not just in monetary terms, but abundance in well-being, in health, all of it. Abundance isn't just about money. It's about how well we live and how we are with one another and how we are with our planet. Are we going to kill the planet, or are we going to take care of it? We've got a lot of things that we've done wrong. And I admit that in my younger days, I was part of that. But now I've expanded, and I've realized that gosh, you know, we can't carry on this way. We're not going to survive if we don't do things differently. And so that's, again, why I'm really, we haven't yet created the structures of this new world, but I'm hanging around to help that along, whichever way I can, and with whomever is willing to work with me and to be part of that change. I am very, very excited about what we can create together, because I know my own strength. I know who I am, and I know what is possible, so I know that everyone has that within them. And when we bring that together, we can create paradise on earth. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, and then I'm in paradise. So what are the top 3 things you learned past 2 years?
Yeah, the top, I guess, really, the biggest thing is that was really to really deeply go inwards. The answers to any problem of my own personal life or the world's personal problems is inside. Every one of us has the answer to the deepest questions of our existence within. So therefore, we need to tap into that. We don't need to keep looking for the external. We don't need to keep trying to change what is external. When we change what is internal within us, we have the answer to all the problems. So that's a key learning that really, I guess, over the past 5 years has really, you know, as I've done more and more inner work and personal development work and searching and seeking, you know, I've traveled over the world to find the teachers, and actually they all will say to me at the end of the day, go back inside. The answer is within. And that's where I have found the answers. So that's one piece. Be committed. You've got to really, if you want to create something wonderful, if you want to create transformation within yourself, you have to be committed to it. There's no point in being just, well, half-hearted. Committed. And be focused, you know, those are the key pieces, I think, that for me, so to realize that everything is inside me, to realize that I need to, and I'm still doing my work. I'm committed to doing my inner work. It's never ending. It goes on, and I keep doing it.
Yeah, amazing. So what is the one thing you know, or other health and fitness professionals, so they don't practice, but you think they should practice?
Well, I think we've kind of covered it in the conversation, but just to go over it, I think to realize that the physical although it's important, is not the biggest part of who we are. And when we realize that, then our whole attitude towards the physical changes. We still must take care of the physical because we're human beings on a physical planet. So I think many health, fitness people and health people and even the yoga people don't really realize, that piece that it isn't the physical, the physical is guided by the inner being, not the other way around. So that would be the thing that I would ask people to really consider. And particularly if you're considering, taking on a trainer. For this next part of our journey on planet Earth, we need to be aware of our full capacity, not just our physical capacity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah. So say your friend or whoever, okay, so 70 years or 60 or 50, doesn't matter. They want to get fit or healthy like you, like so much energy. What are the top 3 to 5 advice you will give them to be fit, like healthy like you?
Never give up. Develop a love for yourself and an honor and respect for yourself first, so that you can share that with others. Develop, your own self-esteem. Know that you're worthy, that you're a worthy piece of life. That however you look ultimately isn't really important, even though our physical fitness and physical training brings a better way of being. It's not the most important thing. What is most important is how we are, how we be, how we behave. I don't know what else. I can't remember what else to give you. Be mindful of what you're eating. Be mindful of what you're drinking. Be mindful of what you're watching on the TV. Be mindful of what news you're looking at, what media you're involved with, because none of it is real. None of it is, it's all just rubbish. Maybe not all of it, but a lot of it is just training your mind in a way of thinking that says you're a slave, and you are not a slave. And I opened this conversation by saying, we are here to be to honor our source and to live exuberant and wonderful lives. We are free beings. We are not part of any kind of mechanics that want to enslave us and tell us that we cannot be free. This is what I know. This is why I'm here. This is why I've lived the life I've lived. And this is why I'm here now. And this is why I'm talking to you now, because I believe that. I don't only believe it. I don't believe it. I know it. There's a difference between believing something somebody else told you and knowing something from your innermost being. And this is what I know. So be mindful, be aware, expand your consciousness. And if you don't know how to do that, go to somebody that you will be guided to the right teacher. I can promise. One thing I do want to say, Sangil, that is really important. In my life, my long life, you know, the 70 years of this lifetime, never mind the ones that came before, but this lifetime, I have been so blessed by being guided to the right teachers at the right time in my life. And you were one of them, and I honor you and for that. Even though sometimes we had it was a bit rocky.
That wasn't easy. That wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. It was training in more ways than just physical training, but never mind. It was all meant as it should be. And I see that and I honor that. And I have been so blessed that every time I was in need of help, it came. And it never looks the way you think it's going to. And if you can just open yourself to that possibility that something is in your life because it's meant to be, and the harder it is, then it means there's some real deep lesson here for you to overcome. Because we attract everything into our life. We are not victims. We are accountable for all that is in our life in some way. And that's very hard sometimes for people to get their head round. But this is how the true law of attraction works. You know, that there's so much rubbish written about these things. But the true law of attraction is the attraction is from the soul, not from the outer being. It's from the soul. It's what your soul is calling for. And if you have made a commitment to a journey of liberation and freedom and transformation, that's all you need to do. You make that commitment, and I can guarantee the teachers will come in one by one by one after the other, until you've transformed.
Yeah. So what is your plan for next 6 months to 2 year?
Okay, so I am in the process of putting together just an offering, a very simple offering. I've done lots of courses. I've created lots of courses before, and I've decided I'm going to simplify everything. I'm going to create just one offering called, it's about inviting those people that might resonate with what I've said here today about life, about how we want to create a new world, and who are ready to do that with me. I want to create a group called Visionary Leaders Rising, and just to invite people to come and talk and bring in their beautiful ideas, their beautiful dreams, their longings, and see how we can create that together. So it's a group. It's like, it'll be online at just a Zoom call, where I've been doing group work for a long time. So I'm very used to facilitating groups like this. But this is different. It's not just about, you can come and bring your problems, you can come and bring your questions, you can come and bring your dreams, and let's work together. This is what I'm about. So anyone who resonates with that, I hope you will be part of it. You're a visionary leader. I know that. You know that. We wouldn't be talking.
I don't know. Nowadays, okay. So I'm just curious. When did you see a doctor? Like, when did you get sick?
I never saw a doctor.
How many million years ago you got sick?
I didn't see a doctor. I can't remember the last time I saw a doctor. I don't see doctors. it's important to say that I honor what doctors do and that and their place in society. I do believe that the medical profession also does need to consider some of the things I've been saying about health and fitness, and I think there is many doctors now that do take a more holistic approach.
Functional medicine doctors, yeah.
Yeah, so please, I do want to honor them, but also say that I personally have not required their services for ever, you know, a long time.
Yeah, because you take care of yourself, you well maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like, you know, past, I don't know, many years, I only got sick 2019 January. Like, I was so tired. Like, you know, I went to Korea, it's different location, jet lag. And then, you know, Korean people, we eat together, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, you use a chopstick. And then my nephew was sick, and then my immune system was low, and the direct saliva contact. So I got a flu.
Okay.
But other than that, you know, I like feel so amazing because I sleep well, eat good. I think that's most important thing. Like take control our health.
Yeah.
No one else can take care of your health. You, even if you have the best doctor in the world, you still need to go to bed. You still need to do exercise. You still need to do yoga and meditation.
Yeah.
Even if you take whatever vaccine you want, whatever drug you want, that is a fundamental and most important thing. I think you are doing it and they're amazing.
Yeah, I think it's an important thing that you've said. I agree that, you know, we don't want to be dependent on drugs. This is you know, this is another way that we're enslaved by the you know, by the system.
Drug company, yeah.
Yeah, you know, these companies are making, even with the COVID situation, maybe we shouldn't get into COVID.
Yeah, no, not here.
We won't go there, but you know, the drugs are, we do not need to live this way. You know, I want to be living proof that I am living proof. I intend to continue to be living proof that
I think so.
Of what I'm speaking is the truth. It doesn't mean that we don't need, and we don't need help occasionally. I mean, for instance, yesterday, what day was it? Friday, I had to have some teeth out. So, you know, I went to the dentist. I went to the dentist to have my back teeth out. So I'm not going to pull those myself. You know, I honor the profession.
It's difficult to do it. Yeah, that's what about dentists and then doctors about something we cannot do, like you know, surgery and stuff, right?
Yeah. And there are times when we do need to have, certain people need to have surgery, and of course I don't want anyone to leave this audience thinking that I'm saying that is not the right thing. You know, you must go to the doctor when it's necessary, but there is so much more that you can do to take control and be accountable for your own health.
Like doctor is a teacher, but we are students. Say, you know, Korea or Asia, we call doctor teacher. You still gotta do your homework.
Yeah.
If you want to get A+, you still gotta do your homework. Exactly.
So it's a combination. It becomes, and it becomes a combination of the skills and talents of
Absolutely.
all. You know? And when we look at life in that way, we're looking at it from a very holistic, where everything is included, where nothing is excluded. There's a place for everything, but the problem is that I think much of the world's population has decided that, you know, somebody else can do this for me. I don't need to bother. They're lazy. People get lazy. People want to sit in front of the TV all day and watch rubbish and get their minds shut. You know, this is it. This is what's happened. You know, we've got half the world who is totally mesmerized, totally taken in by a media and a whole machinery that is telling them that they need to be slaves, and that is not the truth.
You're right.
Not me.
Me too. Yeah, I don't watch news. I only watch CNBC and Bloomberg.
Fine, but you know, even with the food that's on, you know, advertised for us to eat, is most of it does not contain any nutrients. Most of it is genetically modified. Why do we want to put this in our body? You know, we want good organic produce from the land, from the living soil that is here to support our health and well-being. When we start living in these ways of honoring nature and knowing that how to live, how our ancestors lived, you know, there's so much more for us to know and to experience about ourselves and about the world that we inhabit.
Yeah, we used to be much more healthier and then strong.
Yeah.
And we, like ancestral living, we used to be much more healthier, happier, stronger than now.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right, like ancestral way living.
Yeah.
So what are the top 2 most important book everyone should read?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say I would love it if anyone listening has been interested in what I'm talking about, then I wrote a book called The Quantum Keys, which it's in 3 parts. The first part is about the coming together of science and spirituality. And that is quite a read if you're interested in science and how it relates to the ancient wisdom. The second part is about a pathway to transformation, how to transform your mind and your emotions, how to do the inner work that we've been talking about on this call. And the third part is giving you actual exercises, energy exercises, meditation exercises that can help you on this pathway. It's a very small, actually, that there's so much more that isn't in the book that I'm about ready to write a few more books. I've got probably definitely one that I need to follow on with, but that would be the first one. The second one has been one of my great teachers, a gentleman called Dr. David Hawkins, who wrote who had an incredible life and wrote has done incredible work on the planet. He's passed now. He passed in 2012, but he's left such a legacy of work. And he's written about 6 books about the journey to enlightenment. And one of those books is called I, Reality and Subjectivity. And the one that his most famous book that people might know is one called Power versus Force. And that explains everything. So I would, if you've any interest in any of the topics that we've been talking about and how to expand your consciousness, those are what I would be offering you. There's many more, but you asked for 2. I've given you 3. I can give you a whole library. I've got a whole library.
Yeah. We can do like extra show too.
Yeah, but just one thing I want to say, Samuel. The other thing
please. Yeah.
The other thing is that you've asked me which books, and books for me have always been a powerful source of information. But and they've been guides to for the next steps on my path. But ultimately, the work comes back to the self, and all of it will always point you back into the inner self and going inwards and working with somebody who can help you do that if you can't do that on your own. You know, initially, every single one of us, including me, needed help to learn how to take that inner journey and how to read what was being reflected to me in my outer world. And this is what I actually do. I help people get to that place where they can do this for themselves, because ultimately this is called empowerment, and this is what I'm about. I'm about empowering others and to help them do that. We all need help when we're setting off, and then we can do it on our own when we know the ropes. It's like our training, anything, our weight training. We need a teacher initially, and then we can do it on our own. I've been doing mine since you taught me. I've been doing my weights, my training since.
Yeah, you look amazing.
All those years. But you need a teacher initially for anything that is new. So that's all I can say. And books are great. Books help you, but ultimately you have to do the work.
That's right. My teacher, I have many different teachers too, but one of the most amazing teacher, like Charles Poliquin, he have a lot of coaches. Yeah. And then I respect him the most, my field.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you want to earn more, you need to learn more. Like learn more. So yeah, we need to learn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, you learn from teachers on the planet, and actually you can learn from teachers off the planet as well. When you open and expand your awareness, you can bring in so much. And of course, the greatest teacher for us all is ourself, ultimately, but not the ego self, but the higher self, the self that is connected to the God self.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about that one. Our next.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. I have much more question I'd like to ask. Yeah, like a next level 2.
Okay.
Today's like a level 1.
Okay. Well, I would love to do that. I really.
Yeah. So amazing. Thanks for sharing your amazing energy. You look truly amazing. Like,
thank you.
Fantastic, well maintained. Respect.
Thank you.
Really respect. I got sick one time past 10 years, but you didn't get sick. So you are healthier than me. So
Yeah. Different work.
Yeah. So how people can find you?
So I have a website called Melchizedek.love. That's on the. I don't know if you'll put it on the video. And
yeah, well, I will put everything, your video and then your information, our description, show note. Yeah,
and they can just email me if they want. But the new thing that I'm setting up, the Visionary Leaders, is not out yet. That will be coming out, and so we can do another chat about that maybe.
I love to. Like level 2.
Yeah, level 2.
This video, general population is hard to understand. So,
do you think so?
It's a quite higher level for average people, general population, okay. Right? Yeah, but my audience is they really into health, so they probably understand. Okay. Yeah, but higher one, let's go ahead, level 2.
Yeah. And also, if there's anything that your audience doesn't understand, maybe you could ask them to give you feedback of where they would like more clarity, and that would be helpful to know what their questions are. They might think I'm talking a load of rubbish. Whatever is the feedback.
No, you're great. My follower, they are smart, very
Uh-huh.
smart, very
Yeah.
smart, very smart, very healthy, and then they know what's going on in the world. They know.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
they understand what you're saying.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. It would be great to do an ongoing thing, actually. I've really enjoyed it. And it's so lovely to see you again.
Yeah, it's so amazing. So happy to see you. You are doing well. You look great. Nice energy. Like, yeah, so nice to talk to you all the time.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.